time I work on the internet, I open Facebook.
I think it's just a new way of expression and communication.
Almost as soon as the internet was invented, people started talking about how it would bring us together and let us tell our stories our way. Lately, activists, NGO workers, and civil society leaders have been using the web to do just that. They're exploring a new set of online tools that make organizing and getting the word out about their activities a lot easier. Collaborative tools like blogs, photo and video sharing sites, social networks, wikis, and anything else that lets them publish, tag, link, broadcast, distribute, or share information on the web. In Lebanon, the idea of using these tools for social change is just beginning to take hold.
This is our first action. Why? Because the ministerial committee is now convening in order to issue the ministerial declaration. While it's convening over there, we are now sitting over here demanding them to make a reference to women's rights to nationality in their declaration.
Lebanese women married to foreign men can't pass their citizenship on to their children. Collective for Research and Training on Development Action is one of the civil society organizations that has been working to change this. CRTDA's nationality campaign took advantage of social networking via the internet to get support from the large Lebanese diaspora. The group attracted over 8,000 members, both in Lebanon and abroad. And in July 2008, they organized a protest in front of the cabinet by announcing the action on Facebook. Only about 20 people attended the protest, but the network that emerged still encouraged CRTDA to experiment with social media and mobile phone technologies in their advocacy programs.
We used Facebook for sure. It was such a great tool in order to coordinate with everybody from everywhere.
Digital activism isn't exactly new in Lebanon. In 2005, the mass protests that led to Syria's withdrawal from the country were often organized by SMS. And in 2006, bloggers provided a point of view about the war that the mainstream media often missed.
As soon as the war started here, the first thing that went off in my head was, we're going to have really bad coverage about what's going on. It's going to be biased. No one's going to know the truth about what's happening.
Artist and environmental activist Zaina Al-Khalil began sending emails to her contacts to keep them informed about how she was and what she felt. Her mailing list doubled in size overnight.
I moved from email to blog after 3 days of writing because of the feedback I was getting. I had never blogged before. I didn't even know what a blog was. And it seemed like the more I wrote, the more I felt compelled to keep writing. In a way, it was a way to survive, emotionally.
Like Zaina's Beirut Update, Care Blog, Hopeful Beirut, Little Paper Beirut, Distorted Reality, and Insomnia Productions served as creative outlets with a notable impact.
It was amazing how we were all able to connect online. And, every blog had links to other blogs, and we were all kind of helping each other out, posting links, sending out URLs. So in some ways it was great because people started talking.
Today, Lebanese civil society organizations like Nahwa al-Muwataniya, Towards Citizenship, are taking advantage of this opportunity to promote dialogue with digital tools and Web 2.0. The group operates Lebanese Parliamentary Monitor to gather information about Lebanon's 128 deputies and their policy stances. And they also host a weekly discussion session for debating a wide range of social and political topics called نعمل الحوار.
نستعمل السوشيال ميديا بشغل الجمعية بشكل عام.
We use social media in all of our work in general, but more specifically in projects like LPM and نعمل الحوار. For LPM, the entire project is centered around the website since all the information has been archived there. As for Yes for Dialogue, there's a blog and Facebook, and we also use mass mailing in order to send invitations for dialogue sessions.
وفي فيسبوك جروب كمان للحوار واصلا الانفيتيشن اللي بتصير للحوار سيشن بتصير by mass mailing.
Using Facebook, the most visited site in Lebanon, has also helped Nahwa al-Muwatiniya to reach and engage youth.
هيدي المواقع الإلكترونية عم بتسهلنا جذب الشباب أو عنصر الشباب ل
Web 2.0 facilitates the attraction of young elements to the causes that we are working on, since the youth in Lebanon are bored with the repetition of a political life that does not change.
اللي عم بتصير السياسية وإنه الجمود والأشياء عم بترجع تنعاد وما يتغير شيء.
Web 2.0 has also opened up opportunities to help on-the-ground development, even in rural areas and with projects that are far removed from the internet. Al-Majmu'a, a Lebanese microfinance organization, has been using microloans to alleviate poverty since 1997. In September 2007, the organization tapped into the global Kiva network to raise funds from around the world for local microloans in Lebanon. On kiva.org, a website based in the US, individual donors can use their credit cards to lend money to entrepreneurs around the world. In less than a year, Al-Majmu'a raised over $700,000 for its beneficiaries through the network.
كثير صعبة على تنقول صاحب تاكسي بمنطقة الهرمل يعني إنه يقدر يوصل هو على
It's very difficult for a taxi driver in Hermel to get access to the internet and try to get a loan via the web. But through Majmu'a and its relationship with Kiva, it allowed thousands or even hundreds of thousands of people in industrialized countries to participate directly in the economic development of poorer countries like Lebanon and its rural areas.
بالتنمية الاقتصادية ببلاد فقيرة منها أكيد لبنان والمناطق الريفية فيه.
Nonprofit organizations in Lebanon are only just beginning to apply social media tools to their goals and missions. But the impact is already being felt, reconnecting people to issues in their homeland, telling the other side of the story of a war, organizing protests and announcing events, and even raising money to give a financial boost to people who may never have sent an email. Meanwhile, computer access is expanding, bandwidth is improving, and internet adoption rates are on the rise, especially among young people. So it's not hard to imagine that soon, understanding social media will be essential to creating and sustaining a sound civil society in Lebanon, as it will be everywhere else.
Wow.